Well, I'm excited to be back. It's our 26th year. It's important to be involved because for us, film is the way to communicate cultural differences and everything about what's going on around the world, good, bad, or ugly. So I'm here to celebrate film. We're really excited that Steve Buscemi is coming back to the film festival over the weekend. We're looking forward to seeing his film and to hearing his Q&A.
I'm so excited to be here. I love all the films. I also think that with all the issues with diversity right now, it's great that we're doing so many Florida films talking about things that really matter in the country and in our state. So we love it and we're glad to be here.
It's a large number of movies. The staff have done a great job of picking through all the submissions and put together a fabulous program. I think everyone will be really excited when they've had a chance to sit in the theater and enjoy some of the great selections that are here at SIF 26 this year.
It's a chance to share with everybody. It's a chance to share what films you like, what films you don't like, because some people don't like some of the films. But it's also really a boost to the economy. I mean, it brings people out down to Main Street, so all the restaurants benefit, the movie theater benefits. It's great to be back at Regal. It's wonderful to be back at Regal. It's really fun. So it means a lot to the city of Sarasota.
Also, it's socially great because it covers topics of films that the local community you normally can't see here at Regal. We don't have the type of films accessible to us all year round that are here at the film festival during this week. So that's huge for the community. It brings out cross-cultural people who want to come and see and hear their stories and hear the greatness of things that doesn't necessarily, it's not Disneyized. It's not an action-packed film. It's true stories about real people. I moved to Hawaii in 1984 from Denver, Colorado, and I immediately joined the film festival there and got on their board of directors and was with the Hawaii International Film Festival about 31 years in different capacities. Our film festival there is a little bit different than Florida because our film festival focuses mostly on the Asia Pacific Rim, and we bring in films from all around the Asia Pacific Rim. We also changed over time to have a spring festival. So like their spring festival was just this last week. We bring in films there from Europe as well. So my background is really on, my expertise was documentary film selection. Did it for many, many years. I love docs. We have some wonderful docs in the program lineup this year here at SIF. There's wonderful documentaries. I hope that everybody checks them out. It's all across the board. There's music, there's LGBTQT, there's things on the environment, there's things on global warming, there's things on the conflicts in the Middle East and in Russia. So it's packed, jam full of great films. I think, are going to see between 25 and 30 films. To me, it would be to get out, come down, check out the films that are available, and experience with your friends in the dark the magic of cross-cultural learning through film. And it's right here for you this week in Sarasota.
And you know what? Meet new friends. There's a lot of people here seeing movies, seeing films. Talk to them. Talk about what you like. It's really a great experience. We've had friends now for years that we met in line at film festivals.
I'm here with Katie Curran. You are a local filmmaker out of Sarasota.
Yes, I'm so happy to live in Sarasota. It's a beautiful place for filmmaking.
Tell me about your most recent film, The Fentanyl Project, and kind of what inspired you to make a film about this.
It really is a very personal reason. A friend of mine came to me who lost his 25-year-old sister to fentanyl poisoning, and a Sarasota resident, and he asked me if I would do something about it, and I said yes, thinking it would be a commercial or a public service announcement. And the more I delved into it and did research and interviewed everyone from the hospital to law enforcement, I realized the extent of the problem. Every week, someone overdoses from fentanyl in our community, so yeah.
Tell me about the research that you had to do to prepare for this film, because it's kind of dark matter, right? And it's a topic that has affected millions of people in America specifically, and this community.
Yes, absolutely. In fact, almost everyone I mention what I'm doing, they know someone who's overdosed on fentanyl, including today. You do too?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I was at the hospital today just getting a random normal test, and the nurse knew someone who had just died from fentanyl overdose. And so this happens almost daily, and so that's why I'm doing it. I really am committed to sharing the voice of young adults, and I've always cared very much about what it's like to be in your teens or your early 20s and when life is all ahead of you. And I don't ever want to see another young adult lost in Sarasota County from fentanyl.
Specifically, I love the music scene, and they're distributing Narcan at festivals and concerts now. It's such a problem that I wish people didn't do the drugs, but there's a solution. God forbid that they do overdose.
And the biggest, I'm really happy to hear that, because the biggest thing I discovered was that they are lacing fentanyl into fake pills. So everything from Xanax to Adderall, to Tylenol, to children's candy, and certainly in cocaine and marijuana. And so this is something every young adult needs to know. And there are fentanyl testing kits, but it's something you don't usually think of if you're at a concert or at a party or experimenting for the first time and you think that you're invincible. But these are not the drugs of the 70s, 80s, 90s, even 2000. These are powerful drugs made often by cartels in illegal labs, and there's no way to know what you're getting when you take those pills.
There's no mercy, and abstinence is the best rule for that.
Absolutely. Licensed from a licensed pharmacist. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for shedding light on such a huge problem in our nation and, bringing advocacy to the topic in our community.
Oh, I appreciate it so much, and so thrilled always to be a part of this world-class festival.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's talk a little bit about your previous films that you worked on before Fentanyl Project. Tell me a little bit about those.
Well, my last film, I actually was here last year. It's called Bridge to the Other Side. It's a feature film, a narrative film that went on to tour at festivals all around the country and is streaming on Amazon Prime and Hulu now, including in the US and the UK. And we're really pleased at the response. It's a film I made for first responders. It really tells the story of paramedics and hospital, trying to help our community as we've recovered from the pandemic. And so it's a narrative, a fictional story, and really a love story in a way. Yes.
Kind of a good crossover to a day in the life of a paramedic to the Fentanyl Project, which is probably a big part of their day.
I think you're right. In fact, many of the paramedics, they would tell me they would be called from everything to a 7-Eleven bathroom, to a school, to a home, sometimes several times in one day, to use Narcan and try to revive some of these people who are overdosing. Yeah, but it was a good segue.
Well, thank you so much, Katie, for continuing to shed light and be a positive inspiration in our community.
Thank you. Thank you.
And Justin, your role as director of the film,
Space Coast.
And tell me about your journey to Space Coast.
Well, it's about NASA's Artemis 1 mission. They launched the first Artemis rocket. It's a moon rocket, it goes to the moon, in 2022. And I made a documentary about NASA's trials and tribulations trying to get this thing up there. And I guess what inspired me to make the movie is that I had been living in California for 16 years. And after COVID, I moved back to Florida, where I'm from, and I made this movie as a love letter to the state of Florida. Thanks to the people
how
here.
nice.
Yeah, so.
Have you always been interested in space?
Absolutely, yeah. Grew up on Star Trek, X-Files, that kind of thing. And when you grow up in Florida, you grow up on the back of everybody's car, they have those space shuttle license plates. Yes. And you grow up being able to see the fireballs go up into the sky. So, with everything going on in the country, it's just something we can be proud of. So that's the message of the movie.
What do you hope that the viewers of your film is the main takeaway?
Just that we have a lot of things still to be proud of as Americans, and it's also to honor, it also focuses on the Space Shuttle Columbia accident that happened 21 years ago. So it's also to honor the crew of Columbia.
Wonderful. So how long did it take you to prepare and kind of get in filmmaker mode and director mode for this film?
The main challenge of the movie was to film the launch of the rocket itself, which is this real-time event. and I didn't have any access, so this is sort of an outside-in movie. So I was very far away filming the rocket. There's other characters in the movie, but it was sort of a feat of telephoto photography. I had to camp out for 24 hours leading up to the launch to make sure I had the right vantage.
With no idea if the launch was really going to happen on time.
Exactly, and they tried 3 times to launch it, it failed. That made it just a better story though, so yeah, it was a great adventure. And I hope people get that out of it too.
Well, I can't wait to see Space Coast. I am here with Charles Watson, who is in Bull Street, the movie that is premiering this evening. Tell me about your role in Bull Street.
So I play the character of Slush, which is the best friend slash lover to the main character, played by the fabulous Melinda Hale.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And what inspired you to become part of this project?
Well, I actually auditioned for it, and I read for the part, and I was just going in for the bailiff originally.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going in, and just nice little resume, kick. And Lynn, she decided that she wanted for me to read for the actual part.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and I read for her, and I, auditioned just like everybody else, and she told me she needs me for Slush. So I definitely went in for it and gave it my all.
How did you prepare for this role?
Slush is a lot like my dad.
Okay. Good or bad?
In a good way. It's like, in a good way, but in a good way. So he reminded me a lot of him. So, and my dad also served in Bay of Pigs and Vietnam. So it was kind of easy for me to kind of draw on those stories to try and get him to get in the right mindset to play him.
What do you hope the takeaway is of the people watching the film tonight for the first time?
I really hope that people just sort of understand that stories are intricate moments, and we just kind of like, they're oh my God, they're like intricate moments that we weave. Just kind of like putting stories together that are like woven through past experiences and future experiences. And I just want people kind of to feel that warmth of sort of like maybe relating to something that they know or someone that they know, kind of like I did in order to get into the character.
We're all interconnected.
Yes, that's a great way to say it. I should have said it like that.
No, but what you said was great too.
All right.
I
Thanks.
just wrapped it up
Thanks.
in a pretty little
You wrapped
bow.
it up in a better way. I kind of slushed it around, which which proves true to my
You were
character.
in character.
Right. Exactly. Thanks for that.
Absolutely. Well, check out Bull Street on screen starting tonight at the Sarasota Film Festival. I'm here with Amy Madigan. She is one of the stars of the premiering movie Bull Street this evening. Amy, how are you doing?
I'm very excited to be here. There's a lot of people out, so this is going to be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Tell me about what inspired you to want to be in this film.
Well, the script certainly, which is beautifully written, and the director, Lynn Dow, this is her first feature film, and it's really important to participate with younger people and people who are getting out there. And it's not a lot of black writer-directors really get a chance to do something. And Miss Loretta Devine is in it, and I thought, this is just great. So it just was a very easy situation to say yes to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What are you hoping that the film watchers see in this film? And what is their takeaway?
I never like to give an interpretation to people, but I think that they'll see that family basically is kind of more important than anything, and handing down a legacy to the other people in your families and holding up the legacy that came before you. I think that's very important.
How did you prepare for this role with that in mind of keeping family the center of everything?
I didn't do a lot of prep. I did preparations on my own, but that's always private stuff. But once I got down there in South Carolina, it made it very easy. And we were in a little small town. And so all the people participated. So it was just a very open, friendly atmosphere.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What's wonderful. Do you have any other exciting films coming up?
Yes, I'm working on 2 films, but I'm not at liberty to say anything. I'm sorry. But I'll be working through the summertime.
Wonderful. We hope that you come back to Sarasota and participate again in the film festival.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thanks, everybody.
here with Wendy Tinnock, and you are the executive producer of Bull Street, premiering this evening at the film festival. Tell me a little bit about what inspired this movie and what you're most proud of.
The story behind it is what inspired this movie. It's a beautiful storyline of which actually covers family. It's deep in love and strength and determination of heirs. And I'm just so proud of all of the effort that everyone put into it to making those words jump off the pages and make them come true. It's absolutely awesome.
And family dynamic, that plays an integral part in this film, I understand.
Very much so. Yes, it is. It's definitely a lovely grandmother-granddaughter relationship. And you get to see the strength. You know, if you have that wonderful relationship with a grandmother, they just give you every ounce, you know, of their love and their strength and their protection. And it's just been a truly an honor, you know, to work with Amy Madigan and Loretta Devine and all of the actors that we have here to bring those words off the pages true, to bring them to life. It's been fantastic. Movie magic is wonderful.
How wonderful to have such a talented cast, you know, like you said, bringing this film to life.
It really has. And for me, being from Bermuda, you know, to come to the United States and work with Lindau on this wonderful feature has been amazing. And I'm just so proud of what we brought to the table and what everyone helped us, you know, do it. So with a really, really good bang.
And you and sorry to cut you off. You and Lynn have a connection with Sarasota. Tell me a little bit about that.
We do. Lynn and I met in Sarasota. My son and her godson play basketball here at IMG Academy, actually. So it's really funny because we've actually come full 360. You know, we met here and now we're here, the opening film for the Sarasota Film Festival, and it's just wonderful. And we're just so proud.
You're home away from home, if you will.
It is my home away from home. There's nowhere like Sarasota, Florida.
Wonderful. I am so excited to see this film tonight, as so many other people are. It's definitely generating a buzz in the community tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm sure you all will enjoy it, and I'd love to talk to you afterwards. And buzz is definitely the name of the game tonight.
Yes, it is. Thanks, Wendy.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
I am here with the director and filmmaker Lynn Dow of Bull Street. Lynn, it's a wonderful pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it's same here. I'm excited. There are wonderful people out here in Sarasota, so we're all excited to bring this movie here, and yeah, I'm really excited.
So you're the filmmaker and the director, and what inspired you to make this film?
You know, I'll tell you what, I was dealing with, this movie is really a respect and homage to my grandmother. I lost her. She was my best friend, and I didn't get a chance to speak at her funeral. And so now, instead of the 3 minutes that they allocate at services, I get to really say what I did not say in 2 hours.
Oh wow, what a homage to her memory.
Yes, yes, yes. And I'm really, really pleased with it. But that's what inspired me. But this movie is about generational wealth. This movie is about family and legacies, and and I had fun doing it. I shot the movie in a place called Somerton, South Carolina. It's my maternal family's hometown. So I took my grandmother back home, so to speak, and that's where she's from.
How wonderful. It must have brought a lot of memories from your childhood.
Yes, yes, yes. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother's sister in Somerton. And so all of my cousins and my sister and my brothers, they didn't want to come down to the South. They said, oh, there's not anything to do. But I fell in love with all the green grass, and I fell in love with just the story of the South and the rich culture. And also, and so it was wonderful bringing her back home. And it's something special shooting a movie in a very small town.
Small and intimate.
Yes, 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 yes.
What would you like these film goers to really take away from your film?
I think for me, empathy, and I think what we need today is that's the most important thing I would like them, filmmakers to take from this film. We'll cut that. I would like for filmmakers to take empathy from this film, and that's what it's all about for me. And I think we've got to get back to empathy and humanity.
And family and communication.
Yes, and family and communication, and we want to leave that legacy. We want to leave that legacy for the next generation, and so I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the actors that are in here. Loretta Devine, and who was just magnificent, and Amy Madigan, and we have some up and coming newcomers, Melinda Hale and Ariel Pepperty. I mean, these are just amazing actresses who just brought so much professionalism to the movie, and it's a joy to watch.
How did you ever possibly get Amy Madigan and Loretta to be a part of this film?
I'll tell you, I'm actually surprised myself. and if I can tell you a little joke here that happened on the set. I'm on the set, and Loretta is calling out, I need to see the director, I need to see the director. And for that moment, I forgot that I was a director of this film. And I'm like, and everybody's like, she's calling the director, she's calling the director. And I'm like, why don't the director answer? So it's like one of the things I will say, and they're Hollywood royalty. And how do you, on your first feature film, direct Amy and Loretta Madigan? And one of the things that Amy says to me, she says, I'm going to need you to direct me. You wrote a wonderful script. I'm going to need you to really direct me. So calm down, take a deep breath, and let's go for it. And it was just an amazing experience with their guidance.
Really bringing your vision to life.
Exactly, and through them. And they were very involved in this script.
How wonderful. Well, I'm very excited for you. This is a very exciting moment here at the Film Festival opening night. And we're here with Lindau, and we can't wait to see what's coming down the pike for you as well. What other films you have in the works.
Yes. We should start soon, filming very, very soon on the next feature. But right now, we're going to enjoy this time in Florida, in Sarasota, with just amazing film, and we're going to have fun in Sarasota.
Thank you so much, Lynn.
Very well.